of the week right after this.
Pin again. She's got 5 on it, and a very interesting shot coming up here. She throws a fairly slow ball, and this might help her in this case.
Oh, she's got that 4, 7, 8, 5, and 10.
There. This could be a problem. There's the shot.
8 pin. Look at that. She took the 8 pin out.
Must have saw me mark it because she went right at it. There. Well, she'll probably come back again on this pin, or on the deadwood. No, she tried the left-hand side. Picked up 8. And gets a good round of applause as she sits down. Now,
here come the men again. Clary MacDonald, there's Boyle Harrett ahead 71-52, and you see the asterisks which indicate we are open.
look at the action. Look, this Wood is coming back. He's not finished yet. Now he's all done.
Going to wrap around behind.
Yeah. Didn't catch it flush on, but great action out the left-hand side for Clary MacDonald. Should be a simple spare here. No, missed the left-hand side. Well,
should have had that.
Both first and second balls were on the left-hand side. And again, he's off to the left there because he was aiming at the pin out front. Clary MacDonald scores 9.
Well, you know, he'll be thinking about his approach and his addressing the ball. He'll be thinking about what he did wrong there. It could have been just a kind of foot out of position.
This is Jerry Harrett up now. He's open on a spare. Jerry from Dartmouth, 27 years old, 10 years bowling experience. He punches through on the left-hand side.
But he's getting some late action there, Bruce.
Yeah, got an extra pin in behind.
How's he going to play this one?
Oh, it wants to be right here. That should go very quickly if he can drive this pin, the 3, over on the 4 and 7. The 2 behind should be no problem. There's the shot. Now, 2 flush on that pin out in front. And now he'll go.
A piece of wood wrapped around there.
He may play the wood here. He may go for the 2 on the left-hand side, but he may go for the bundle. He is.
He is, and he's got it.
Hey, early in the match.
I like his style, Bruce.
Absolutely. Going to have another look at that one. Very aggressive bowler, Jerry Harrett. Went at this one. Didn't play the safe 2 on the left-hand side, but went after the works. Look at, he drives the pin over, onto the 4, onto the 7, and gets a nice-looking 10. Now.
Well, this isn't minor league bowling. These guys know that, and these ladies know, for that matter, that there's a lot at stake here. And they are, some of them tend to take the safe shots, but a guy like Jerry Harrett is going to go for everything he can get.
Well, if you're a Clary MacDonald fan, you have to be concerned. He's consistently on the left-hand side. That's 4 balls now we've seen in a row. He's missed on the left-hand. In fact, that's 5 he's missed on the left-hand side.
Take a look at his approach here.
This time he gets in and scores 8. But Clary MacDonald is going to have to make a slight adjustment up there because he's getting that ball off to the left-hand side. Now, Jerry Harrett steps up. Harrett has an 8 to open. And a spare with 5 on it, then a 10. So he's at 33 right now. Bowling in the 4th frame, first string.
Good-looking ball there. Nice drop. Well, he's got some interesting wood to play with there.
Well, he has a bit of a problem. You want to be around the V. He's got to put that 1 piece of wood in the move. The 10 pin is the problem.
You see,
he's got it.
You just
the ball
came
came
off.
off right there. The ball came off, flew through the air, and took the 10 pin out.
This is a great match.
Has all the makings of a classic, this one. We're seeing some great shot making, and they're keeping it fairly close. You're going to have a look at the scoreboard in just a moment.
Look at those marks,
There
Bruce.
you see Rose Orson. She's open on the strike, looking for the double.
Good for her, too, because she started off so slow.
Absolutely. A good strike, rather, in frame number 4.
Okay, look, we've got some great frames coming up, I'm sure, when we're going to get to them right after these methods. Really hadn't taken a look at the board. When we looked over, we saw there was a 27-pin difference, which tells you how exciting this has been. It gives you the impression that it's close, but there is a fair margin there.
Well, the good news, though, with Orson and MacDonald trailing by those 27 pins is the fact that Rose Orson is open, and she'll be up in just a moment, open on a strike. And that's a big strike for Rose because, as you mentioned, as we were going away, she opened with an 8, had a 7, then a 9. Not a great start for Rose Orson, but now with that strike in the 4th, this is a big plus for her and her teammate. Now, this is a strike.
Yeah.
I want to watch the 6, the 8, and the 10. Those will be the last 3 to go.
Hits the head pin first.
Yep. Now, you see the 8. There goes the 6. There goes the 8. Now watch the 10. It looked like it might not go. But
wood falling around it.
Yeah. Doesn't take much sometimes. That wood fell off the other piece and pinched it off the plate. Nice strike. You know what happens if she gets 2 more, Paul?
We all know what happens if she gets 2 more. Let's take a look at that new Pontiac Fiero from McPhee Pontiac. We have yet to have a triple strike in, well, 9 weeks. We're on our 10th week now of the number 730s Candlepin Challenge, but I have a feeling that maybe it could happen today. What do you think, Bruce?
Well, the other lady that we're going to look at Rose Orson now, but the other lady that came so close was Audrey Copeland just a couple of weeks ago, had the double strike, and on the 3rd frame, she was on that front pin and punched through the middle.
By way of a short promo, we'll have Audrey with us next week.
Yep.
This round 2 continues, but we are on the 2nd week of round 2. We are beginning the 5th frame of the first string on the number 730s Candlepin Challenge, and Rose Orson open on the strike. What's she going to do? It's a good-looking ball. It's got a late action pin there, but she's going to get 7.
Yeah. She was off the front pin. Pretty tough to pick up a strike when you're off that front pin.
Well, she's looking at a spare opportunity here.
Well, she has an
Second ball
excellent
of her strike.
opportunity, Paul. She just has to be here. She has a nice piece of wood in behind. All she has to do is lay that pin back on there. She should carry them both. Here's the shot.
Looks like it's on target. She's got it, a spare. So she gets 10 on the strike, open on a spare now. Rose Orson, who started off slowly, now picking up incredible steam.
Well, just a moment ago, it was 27 pins in favor of Boyle and Harrett. It's now 17 with both teams open. And this is Joan Boyle.
Right in that pocket, gets that 10 pin, which she's thankful for. I'm sure that means she only has to work in the 4 horsemen, and that means the 1-2 pocket.
So it makes the shot a lot simpler. It's not simple, but she does not have to worry about that right-hand side.
Of course, she can go to the outside of that 1 pin. We've seen that a few times.
Some of the bowlers like to play it that way. Personally, I like to see them split the pins. In case they miss, it gives them a better chance, and there's an excellent try by
She went outside
Joan Boyle.
and left the 7 pin standing. And she's got all kinds of wood around that pin
Should be an easy 10. Does not want to play it too loosely, but she has double wood in there, and that should make the shot. Well, now she has a piece of wood.
She's going to wait for that,
she has triple wood.
It's going to the right side, clearing out of the way, and takes her shot. She didn't want that pin to come back and maybe deflect her ball from its path.
Okay, going to take a look once again at Rose Orson, who now goes 54 and open on the spare. Strike in the 4th, spare in the 5th. So she's on a bit of a roll right now. It's taking a little time.
Rose is certainly capable of it. She's got a lot of bowling experience, 36 years in fact, 106.5 average, and look at that.
Oh, that's a tough break for Rose Orson. Difficult to say how she may play this shot over here. Try to get this piece of wood right here in play. Try to get it come off the kickback and come all the way back across and take the 2 pins, those being the 6 and the 10 on the right-hand side.
She's got the big 4 there.
Here's the shot. She's going that way.
And, oh, look at that.
Well, she pinched that wood and the pin. I think she was trying to play the 2 pins, have the wood come off the kickback on the side. Now she'll go to the right-hand side.
Definitely, and she'll take them off. Oh, look. Good stuff. Gets her 10. Rose Orson really starting to put together a nice string now.
Well, let's take another look at that, Paul. That was an exceptional 10. Watch how she catches the wood right on the nose. It'll drive it right there like a missile.
Like a missile, exactly.
Takes out the 7.
Here comes our good friend Joan Boyle from Fredericton. Bowls out of the Bowlodrome in Nashwauk Citizens, 105 average.
Oh, look out.
Hey, she's got it!
Little time delay action there.
Joan, 2nd strike, and you see the joy, well, in the back of her head. I can assure you she's a happy lady as high fives go around. Here's that ball. Look, another head pin strike.
Oh, it looked like, well, let's take another look at it. Looks like the 6 on the 5. There's the 5 on the left-hand side, 6 on the right. See, they're both up. Nothing's going to happen to them. Oh, yes, it is.
Standing, not for long, as it gets toppled.
Piece of wood sneaked in behind, knocked the 6 onto the 5.
Let's take a look at that team score. What, 16 and 105? That was a nice-looking strike. Here's Clary.
Clary continues to be on the left-hand side. We've seen it consistently. He's got to get in that, maybe work towards the 1-3 pocket. And then if he's off to the left, he'll catch the 1-2. But he's really struggling with that.
Oh, hey, there's a spare for Clary. We got to have a replay on that one, I think. That's a good one for Clary MacDonald. Let's see. He played it outside, too.
Yeah,
on that
see the wood in behind. That made the shot, though.
Look at it carry over.
Carried through. Lots of excitement. Jerry Harrett now up on the approach, and Harrett is open on a spare.
Jerry, another pretty exciting bowler. We didn't see him in round 1, of course, but today he has impressed with a couple of marks. He's open on 1 now. Had an 8 in his first box. First time before the lights and cameras. 10 in his 3rd box. That's spare in his 2nd. He's open on a spare, and he's got an 8-pin drop for that spare.
Picks up 8 on the spare. He has a tailor-made spare here with double wood. Should be no problem. Just wants to be right here.
Yeah, he's got a lot of target area there. He's got it.
Anywhere at all. And that shot was going to Jerry Harrett. Picks up his 3rd spare in 4 frames. There you see it.
Whoa, 134 to 115. Joan Boyle, I'm sure, was wondering before the show today how she would get along with her partner. It's nice to get into a groove with a partner and keep going, but Gerry certainly is an asset to her now because he is playing well. Of course, Joan isn't doing that badly herself.
Clary McDonald on the mark.
Hey, there he is.
What a great second ball. That's 2 great second balls in a row to pick up spares for Clary McDonald. We're going to look at that one again because he had punched out, only got 3 on his spare, at 7 standing. But there you see the score. But now here it comes.
That was a tough split, too. Look at that.
Boy, that's a
Front pin.
strike ball. And boom.
I don't know if it's the humidity or whether these pins have been knocked around enough that they're starting to lose a little bit of their deadness, but they're starting to fall
How many
better.
weeks now? Number of weeks.
10th week now. We've been using the same pins.
Yeah. This is Gerry Harrett. He's open on the spare.
Right in that
Good
pocket.
ball.
Hey, it's got an 8-pin drop there.
Now that's two marks in a row, 2 spares, and 2 8-pin counts. So that's 18 and 18.
And he's looking at another
36
spare
quick
here.
pins for Harrett and his partner Joan Boyle. And he's got another excellent chance.
They're
There it
hot.
comes.
He's got this one.
Oh,
No,
he
he
doesn't. On the right-hand side, and he just missed. He had to be on that pin right there to make the shot. He just missed. So Harrett comes back, gets his 10. So.
Well, this is incredible. Week number 2 of the second round, and let's take a look at that scoreboard, Bruce, because it really tells a fine tale here. Look at the top. Rose Orson really playing well. She's got a strike, a spare, and then a 10 in her 6th frame. She's 10 over. Then you look down at Clary McDonald, a couple of spares. He's at 58 and open. You go down to Joan Boyle. Oh, what a story that is. The 10 in the 1st frame, the strike, the spare, an 8, a 10, and she's open on the strike, 73 and open. You go down to Gerry Harrett, a new bowler to the number 730's Candlepin Challenge, 8 in the 1st frame, spare, 10, spare, spare, 10. It's exciting. We're going to come back with more of it right after this. Of round 2 of the number 730's Candlepin Challenge here on ATV, and we're going to go right to the bowling because we've got a great one going. Not a really widespread, 24 pins. You can't consider that extremely wide, but we've got some action on the lanes.
Well, the 24 pins don't seem quite as important, only because there's been so much action. 6 marks on the Boyle Harrett team and 4 marks on the McDonald Orson team. You get the impression that just about anything could happen.
I think it could.
As we roll along. This is Rose Orson.
Right in that pocket. Well, she's got the 7 in the corner and then the 1, 3, 6, 10.
Nice coverage, though. If she splits the 1 and 3 and drives that 1 anywhere over there, it should carry back with the wood.
See if that happens. She seems to be off target, but pretty effective nonetheless.
Oh, yeah. She made the shot except for the 10 pin. So very close. The 7 pin wasn't a problem. Nice coverage. Ooh, she misses one there she should have had.
Well, Rose started off a little early, but boy, did she pick up steam. She takes a 9 out of that.
I'm going to go to Joan Boyle now. Joan Boyle open on a strike. She's had 2 in this string. Bowling here in the 7th, but they haven't been back-to-back. 1 in the 2nd, 1 in the 7th. Joan's double. No.
Well, she's got another ball on that strike, so
Well,
see what
this
she can come up with
makes it a little tough, Paul, because she wants to be right here, give this a chance, but she doesn't want to miss on the right-hand side. She's still on the strike. Now, there you saw a perfect indication. I do believe that Joan played that perhaps a little bit to the left. She figures, if just in case I miss, I want to be in that bunch because I'm still on my strike. And you saw what happened. She picked up 7, found the hole there.
So 7 on the 7th box and 7 on the strike, so she is now 87. That is 17 over. Not bad.
So you see it 166 for Boyle and Harrett, 137 for Orson and McDonald. And McDonald, who will be up shortly, is open on a spare. 29 pins, that's the spread. Rose Orson.
This is a good-looking ball here, Bruce.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, she may have a bit of a problem down there. A little difficult to tell. Wait for that wood. No, she's on the wood. She's okay.
She should clock that 7 pin out of there with ease.
She can come off. In fact, the nose of the wood, that's the wood that's laying. Whoa,
she's got it.
Looked like she might have got it a little wide there, but Rose says, of course not. You saw the reaction of Rose Orson. There was never any doubt. So Rose Orson picks up her 3rd mark. Another spare to go with her spare and strike in this first string.
There's not a bad ball there. She punches through on the right side. Manages to take the 7. She's got a wobbling.
Joan bounced that ball a little bit, Paul. She'll want to come right in here between the 1 and the 2.
There we go.
Wood coming back, she should. Well, maybe not.
That's going to wrap right around in front of that 6 and 10. Well, I guess she'll go for the right side, huh, Bruce?
I think she'll play it safe, play the 2 pins that are covered, and come out of this with a 9. See what happens. She's going that way, and it does.
That's what she does.
Yeah. So, Joan Boyle will sit down, and that'll give way to Clary MacDonald, who is open now on a spare. In fact, he's had back-to-back spares. 1 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, bowling here in the 7th.
Clary from Nova Scotia. Nice drop there of 5 pins, leaving the 8 and back, and then the 1, 3, 6, and 10. Clary has a high single of 185. You know, Bruce, I was out the other night with John Marriott doing a little bowling. Rather embarrassing. John in the left-hand lane with a 151, and me next door with a 70. Huh?
Well, Clary MacDonald has really got a problem in this string. He's hanging in there, but he is consistently off to the left-hand side.
It's a good problem. Like, he was on the right side that time.
Well, I think he played a little full on the right-hand side to perhaps compensate. But on the mark, he was on the left-hand side and has been on that left-hand side rather consistently through this first string. And just know he's thinking about compensating. Now, we've got Gerry Harrett up, 79 after 6. He's 19 over.
Bowling very well today with 3 spares and a great drop there. 8 pins.
6 and the 8.
And we're looking at a spare
coming back. 6 and the 9, rather. Now, what Gerry wants to do here is be on the 6 pin. Got it.
Got it.
That wood was far enough out that it came off the nose of the wood.
Gerry Harrett, impressive performance. There's our team score, Bruce, 185 to 161. You see the asterisks. We've got open bowlers, marks on the board, plenty of them. Punch through there on the left side for Clary MacDonald. That's his nemesis today.
Oh, it is so frustrating when you're up there and you know what's happening. He's found the hole on the left-hand side, and you just can't seem to compensate. Now, he has moved way over on the approach to the right-hand side to try and compensate. Comes back. That's not a bad 8 under some pressure for Clary MacDonald. He gets a good round of applause.
He's just got to make a fine adjustment in his approach, and it's probably just a matter of milliliters or millimeters.
Now, Gerry Harrett's up. He's going to bowl here in the 8th. He already has 5 spares. He's at 89 and open. He is really leading the way here today.
Gerry Harrett. There it goes. Right in that pocket, and he leaves the 4 horsemen there.
Yep. Gets a 6 count on the strike, though. He's left them all in a row. He'll split the 1 and 2 here. Trying to get the 2 back on the 4, then onto the 7.
Boyle and Harrett now leading by 30 pins.
Yep.
Scott it in the pocket.
So close for Gerry Harrett.
7 wouldn't go. He'll take that now.
And Rose Orson and Clary MacDonald have got his back in there now.
So he gets a 9 out of that. Gerry Harrett really doing a fine job here for the Boyle-Harrett combination. Looking good. We've got a difference of 31 pins. We're going to be back with more of string number 1, round number 2, week number 2, right after that. Paul Meunier and Bruce Stephen here at Baseley Lane in Dartmouth. We've got an interesting match, 31 pin difference. Boyle and Harrett are in the lead, but we have Rose Orson open on the spare in her 8th frame.
What a big mark that is right now for the Orson MacDonald team, but it was one that almost wasn't. And we're going to take a look at this shot. Okay, we're going to take a look at this shot right now. Watch this piece of wood right here. That's a nose of a piece of wood that's slanted in behind that way. Watch what happens when the ball hits the nose of the wood. Keep an eye on the pin on the left-hand side. Moving real slow here. Now watch the nose of the wood. Looks like she may have missed this shot, but all of a sudden, bang, off the nose, kicks over, and makes the shot.
So there was pin action and ball action there. If she hadn't had that wood on the left side, the ball probably would have.
Might have been a problem.
Yeah.
And that's why when Rose made that shot, kind of rolled her eyes a little bit. And she's up now to bowl on that spare. And whatever she gets, we'll subtract that from the 31 pin total of Boyle and Harrett. Here's the shot.
She's got a good looking ball there.
Oh, she's on the front
Get 5
pin,
pins.
but punched through. So the difference now is 26. Rose will want to be over here. Now, she does have a nice piece of wood, so if she can drive this pin across anywhere on that wood, this shot could go. It's tough, though. Oh, no, playing it. Yeah, she got on the 4, missed the 2, had to be on the 2. She'll come back now to the right-hand side.
And go for the surefire bet.
Play the 2 that are covered. Uh-oh.
Oh, a gutter ball. Ooh, we haven't seen that.
Well,
did we see that at all in the 10 weeks?
Oh, we've seen it on occasion on those type of shots, but not very often. One Rose would like to have back because she picked up 5 in the spare, but then she lost 4 by getting the 6 in the box, so a game really of only 1.
Okay, here's Jones.
Joan Boyle.
16 overs, bowling quite well.
Oh, she has a nice split here with the 4, 5, and 7. And all together here. Watch her to be either on this side or on this side of that 4 pin. Ooh, a little too thin.
5.
Kick the pin across in front of the 5. Shows you how difficult this game is at times. She hit that one pretty good. And that's a big break for Orson and MacDonald. They did not want to see Boyle come up with a mark there. They're already down by 26, as you can see. Well, as we adjust that just a tad, they're down now by 30. An even 30.
Here's Rose. Rose Orson of Sydney.
Rose, she can't, hard to falter. She's at an even 100 right now after 9. And of course, Rose carries a 106.5, so she needs 6.5 here to be on her average.
Where's she going to get the 0.5? She's going to have to really wing that ball to get half a pin,
she'll lean one against the... Right there is where she wants to play this shot.
Right in the pocket.
Just missed.
Look at that 5 pin, the king pin, the king in his court, standing there on the plate.
Okay. Rose has got 109 right now for an opening count. Plus one more. So Rose Orson picks up a 110 in her opening string.
So she is on track.
It is a 2-string affair. The winner to move on to the semifinal. And the losers, well, it's Heartbreak City, I guess. Oh, good ball by
Hit
Joan
there,
Boyle.
she's got it. Joan Boyle with her 3rd strike. Wow.
Well, you're going to see a piece of wood come over from the vicinity of where the 10 pin stands. It sneaks in behind, and doesn't look like this pin is going to go. But all of a sudden, a piece of wood from in behind. Now, it looks like that's going to be a solid 6. But watch that piece of wood drop down almost out of sight. Now it's in behind the piece rolling out in front.
Oh, just tapped it over.
Wow.
We've seen pins hit like that with not very much force, and they've stood, but that one went down for her. What a strike.
Okay, she's looking for the double here. It's 3 strikes.
Good ball.
Hit. She's got 8 on it. Oh, that was just a super hit, and Joan Boyle really has found that front pin.
Well, with those pins in front there, it looks to me like she should get an easy 10 on this strike.
Well, keep in mind, this is a bonus ball, of course.
Oh,
looks like she tried to get around that wood out in front, and wisely so. That could have been a problem, but a good round of applause for Joan Boyle. And look how she's helped her team. 228 to 190, a 38-pin spread right now.
124, the string for Joan Boyle. Not bad, considering she only had a 98 and a 92 in the first round. So she is coming on strong.
Total of 3 strikes, too, but they, unfortunately for her, didn't come through. Oh,
we're not strung together, no.
That was a mark that Clary MacDonald really wanted.
Well, Clary, looks like he's made a little adjustment to his approach because he is now putting the ball more towards the right. Yeah, a little too far to the right on that shot.
Sometimes it's not so bad to overcompensate and then find the happy medium. Jerry Harrett up right now. 38 pins, that's the difference. Orson and MacDonald lead Boyle, or at least Boyle and Harrett lead Orson and MacDonald. And this is Jerry Harrett at 104 after 8, so he is 24 pins over. This is a strong contingent, Boyle and Harrett.
On the left-hand side, in that pocket, he's got the 5 pin. Standing wood coming back. It's going to wrap around, but not take it.
It could be a bit of a problem. That shot looks a lot easier than it is.
2 noses staring in. Nostrils, we might say. Well, that other nose is behind it.
He may play this down here. Let's have a look at it. No, right on the nose.
Got it. Nice.
He's got it.
Jerry Harrett.
So Jerry Harrett.
That team score there, 238 to 199. Boyle and Harrett. Boyle.
39 over. Clary MacDonald has to come up big right here. And he's going to have a chance. That is not all that bad. He's got a nice piece of wood covering that 5.
Will he play the 5? The
wood
on the
lay it right on the side of that wood and try to carry it right over. There's the shot. Good.
Hey.
Ball by Clary MacDonald. That coming at a time when he needed a mark to close off the first string.
So Clary will take his bonus ball now. We wait for the pins to be reset. He wants to get as many as he can. Yeah. And it's a good-looking ball there.
He's back on track now. He's got coming 7, across. Maybe more. No.
Well, he's got 7 out of it, which is not shabby.
No. 17 box to go out. First string. That's not bad for Clary MacDonald. That's something he desperately needed to do with Jerry Harrett coming up open the 10th on a spare. Remember, this is the conclusion of the first string and a 2-string, a total pinfall affair.
Clary finishes with 106, which is a little off his average. He's got a 119 average. The ladies are setting the pace today.
Jerry Harrett's going to get 1 more, so he counts 7. But that mark now by Clary MacDonald with 7 on it nullifies the 7 that Jerry Harrett got. So That was a big spare for Clary MacDonald, but Harrett should mark again here. No, he's too thin. He had a great chance there. He's marked 5 times in this string, all spares. Harrett to finish out.
Good little ball there. He's got for a 10.
Gets a 10.
Wow, what a first string we've had. Look at this. I want to take a look at the scoreboard, Bruce, because it's a rather impressive looking one. We take a look at the top. Rose Orson started off slow. The strike, the spare, 10-9. Spare for a 110 total, and Rose only had a 96 and a 95 in the first round. Then you go down to Clary, who was having a problem getting his approach on track, and then he picked up a couple of spares, finished off with a spare, got 7 on the spare. You look down at Joan Boyle. Well, what else can you say about that? And then Gerry, of course, just been performing so well with those 5 spares and wrapping it up with a 10. So we're going to come back with the second string of the number 7 30s Candlepin Challenge. Week 2, round 2, right after this. Week number 2 of round number 2, and we have a 39-pin difference. Orson and MacDonald trailing Boyle and Harrett. Harrett and MacDonald, or Boyle playing so well today. What's the psychology of a difference like that, 39 pins?
Well, you remember just 1 week ago we had Christine Walker and Charlie MacDonald down by 19 pins at the half. They came out, and in the first 4 frames they had wiped out that 19-pin deficit. It's only 20 more right now, so Orson and MacDonald have to look at it that way. There's a good start by Joan, Boyle, and of course Boyle and Harrett. They want to come out like gangbusters, pick up a few marks, and really tighten the screws on Orson and MacDonald. Now, that piece of wood may not be all that good. There is, right there is where Joan Boyle wants to be, right on the end of that wood. Now she played it high and got it. Well,
plays to the left of the band with the same effect. That's the interesting thing about this game. There are so many approaches you can take to a problem like that.
Well, she was right and I was wrong. There's no 2 ways about that, Joan.
Well, I guess
Boyle.
you were both right, actually. If she had played yours, I'm sure the spins would have gone.
We will never know.
We will never know. Well, let's persevere, keep on going here. Nice drop there, Rose.
I will not argue with the strategy there, Joan Boyle.
No, sir.
Now, on this shot, well, it's simple. She has to pinch that pin and toss it over on the 10. That's the 2.
So she's got to be on the outside.
Oh, it's going inside
now,
and it's missed on the inside.
She had to be on the furthermost contact point of that pin, right around to the left side of it.
All fairness to Rose, that's a very difficult shot.
Yep,
it is. She was down the hole again. She did not want to do that. But Rose Orson and her partner, Clary MacDonald, digging the hole a little deeper.
265 to 224.
This is Joan Boyle rolling on her spare. She had that one get away. Might have picked up the groans and the moans, and she knew it when she let it go that she was on the left-hand side. She does pick up 3, however, on that mark. As she said, comes back, and it's off to the right-hand side this time. Interesting to note, we have 4 strikes in the match so far.
And Joan Boyle has 3.
Joan has 3, and Rose Orson has the other one. And we've got a lady coming up next week who's got a pretty good strike ball, too.
That's right, Audrey Copeland.
Absolutely. Almost had the triple a couple of weeks ago. This is Rose Orson up once again. Opened with the 8. She really would like to mark here.
Nice looking ball. She's in the pocket, but she punches through. Yeah, kind of hits that 2-pin more than anything else and carries the 8 behind it. And she's get the 7-4 though, so she's got this cluster to the right. She'll play the strike ball.
Yeah, the problem is the pins are behind, in particular this one right here.
That old 9-pin.
The shot.
Oh, well, she's got the 9-pin.
Yeah. You have to be a little concerned now. She was well off the mark that time. Missed on the left-hand side the last time. So she wants to come in on the bundle, right in here. Hopes to carry at least 3 or 4 of those pins.
There she goes.
Boy, she just nudged over that front pin. And she starts with an 8 and then a 6.
Well, of course, you remember that Rose started off a little slow on the first string, so she made make up for it.
Yeah, that's a good point. She started with an 8 and a 7 the first string, so maybe she's a slow starter. She finished with a 110 after that 8 and 7 to open. This is Gerry Harrett.
Here's a guy who put together a terrific string.
Oh, he still has it going. There's
a strike for
Gerry Harrett. Boy, this guy is really coming on like gangbusters. But Gerry Harrett. We're going to take another look at this one. First frame, second string, Jerry Harrett, just off
Right
to
in
the right
that
of that
pocket.
front
Look at that
pin.
ball carries through.
Yep. He's got the 4, 7's gone. There goes the 8. Now the 4. Will it go? Well, of course.
Of course.
to.
Jerry Harrett threw that ball.
Yep.
He gets his first strike of the number 730's Candlepin Challenge. And here's Clary MacDonald. Clary with his first box of the second string punches right through the...
Well, we talked about it in the first frame. He had a problem being off the left-hand side. He's compensated, but was too good that time, being right on that front pin. Now, this is a bowler with all kinds of ability. 119, that's the average that Clary MacDonald carries. He's had a 457 triple, a 185 single.
Well, leaves the 4 and 7 standing for an 8 count in his first frame of the second string. That brings up Mr. Harrett, who is open on the strike. Harrett, of course, had put together 5 spares in that first string. He is really winging that ball. Got to give him credit. 131 total is not bad.
Well, you have to wonder where MacDonald and Orson are going to pick up pins, because both Boyle and Jerry Harrett are just being so tough. Harrett looking for the double here. Good hit. He's on the front pin, but he's left the 2, 5, and the 8. It's not all that easy either, because you can get the 2, 5, but how do you get the 8? If you drive the 2 back on the 8, how do you get the 5? Oh,
hey, that's how.
Kickback.
That's how you do it.
Yep. You can't drive it straight back through. You've got to put the wood in play. He did it. He came off the kickback, and Jerry Harrett all of a sudden becomes a one-man wrecking crew.
Ask and ye shall receive, Bruce.
Yep.
We set knowledge there, and we got knowledge. Now, if only I could do it.
Now, this is not all that bad for Clary MacDonald. He's got a good piece of wood here, in fact, double wood. He'll want to lay that ball right in about there and try to drive everything over onto the 7 pin, everything that would be, including the 5 and the 9. He's taking his time. All set. Here's the shot.
He's on target.
Ball.
Nice going, Clary MacDonald. Now on the spare. Rolled an 8 in that first box.
Clary MacDonald is not going to quit easy.
No, sir. So he's 18 and open.
There you see it. Both teams open on marks. 59 rather pins. That's the difference. Joan Boyle here.
Right on target. Good drop there. Late action. I love
falling.
it. And a pin
Like
sidling in
bowling
there.
pins.
Yeah, behind that 5.
Easy split here for, just has to be on that front pin, should carry it. Oh, real
At least
fine.
2 pins standing there.
Oh, real tough break for Joan Boyle. And a good break for Orson and MacDonald.
Got it.
There, for 10.
Joan Boyle.
Yep, gets her 10. And that'll bring up Rose Orson. Orson, as she did in the first string, got off to a slow start. 8 and 6, frames 1 and 2. You really got to start putting it together.
Good looking ball. It's on target.
On the front pin. Now,
So
it's wobbled. It's a good thing, really, that 3 pin that is moving did not go, because that would have created a big gap between this pin and this pin. However, that didn't happen. She can come in now on the 3 pin, split the 3 and the 6, and pick up the pin in behind, that being the 5. But you've got to hit the shot. Rose, who we saw in the second string in the first round, so accurate, hitting so well with her 95, struggling a little bit here. Early going, second string. So Rose Orson sits down and will give away once again to Joan Boyle.
317 to 258. Boyle and Harrett really putting together some great strings here.
Boyle 32 after 3.
Bounces that ball a little
on
bit,
that
but
front pin. She is just an excellent strike ball. You saw
see
it
this pin
again
coming
there.
back, Bruce?
Boy, she's got a log jam down there. This should be no problem at all. Anywhere.
Looking at
on
a
that
spare
front
wood.
wood.
Joan Boyle, she's got it. Well, Orson and MacDonald have their work cut out for them. They're
Well,
down by 59 pins.
Excuse me, Paul. We saw a couple of weeks ago Audrey Copeland and Dave Curry put together a total of 472 for 4 strings, and it looks right now like Boyle and Harrett are well on their way to equaling or surpassing that number. They've really got the game going together.
Well, she's got the bedpost there, Bruce. And some wood around the 7.
She may go off the nose of this wood and try to carry the ball over. This is a tough shot. She'll bring that wood into play, make it something.
That's what she's going for, Bruce. Yeah, didn't get it.
No, that was really tough to get that wood to move. She needed that angled piece of wood, and it just wasn't there. Now she'll go to the other side. And she's right on the pin and gets her 10.
That brings up the men, and you see Jerry Harrett walking up to the approach.
Well, this guy has everybody talking. He opened with a strike, had a spare on it. He had a 131 in his opening string. So this guy's just got everything going. He's bowled 10 frames, has a total of 7 marks.
So this first ball important for Jerry because he is open on that spare, and it's a good-looking ball, but look.
Oh, tough split there for Jerry Harrett.
He's got 6 of them standing, and Bruce probably want to go for the left side or maybe play that wood.
No, he'll play the left-hand side, looking for the 2-pin, trying to put it into play. It does. Gave that a real good try. And that split was reminiscent of Charlie Slonwhite's split when he needed a mark on his final frame just a week ago. That's right. Hit it well, hit the front pin well, but came up real empty.
Okay, here's Clary McDonald wiping out the ball on the approach.
And Clary's got kind of happy because Harrett didn't mark. He's so used to seeing him mark. Oh, boy.
Oh, he's punching on the right side.
Yeah, and he was on a spare there, and that is a real tough break for Clary McDonald. Finds that hole again, but boy, if he gets some nice action off the side. Clary puts a lot of stuff in that ball.
He's got the 110, lots of wood behind him.
Bang. That ball is still on the plate.
Yeah, it is, and it's rolling back.
Now, going to go off, presses the button, and McDonald sits down. Jerry Harrett up again. 341 now for Boyle and Harrett. 279 for Orson and McDonald, and Boyle is open on a spare. 62 pins now the difference. Certainly not insurmountable, but Orson and McDonald really got to come on. Harrett, he just doesn't quit.
What a drop. Now that wood is coming in front, and that should make it.
He's got 2 pieces of wood. He'll probably try to carry the pin with the wood and take the ball. Well, let's see what's going to happen here.
They're going to rest up against that 5-pin.
Watch for him to be on this side. That's a tough shot. It's going to be tough to get that 7-pin in the corner. Let's see what happens. Goes that way. Oh! He gave it a try.
Everything but.
Yeah, that was just a super try by Jerry Harrett. Back, and we'll settle for a 9. Wow, Jerry Harris falling apart with a 10 and a 9.
Oh, yeah.
He sits down. And now it's Larry McDonald.
Well, that's not bad, Clary. It's an improvement anyway.
Well, the problem is the pin in behind.
Yeah.
That is the 9. Now he's getting a little bit of coverage. That might help. The 4 horsemen then, plus the 9 pin. No, he's missed on the front end.
So he
had to get a piece of that front. Yeah.
He's got 2 to... Hey, he's got him for the 10. Well,
the plate.
That's the name of the game, pinning. He wanted to get those 3 pins, he got them. We're going to come back with more of the number 7 30s Candlepin Challenge in just a moment as we look at the scores. 62 pins, the difference, Bruce.
Yep.
We'll be back in a moment. Come back. ATV, we're heading for the semifinals. Last week, of course, it was Debbie Dunphy and Ron Nelson advancing to the semifinal play, and that'll be coming up in a few weeks.
Yes, right now it looks like Orson and McDonald are in a bit of a hole, and it looks like Boyle and Harrett, who may join Nelson and Dunphy in that semifinal unless things change drastically, rather. And at the end of the rainbow, Paul, we've got just that beautiful Waterford Crystal Trophy, and there you see it. Besides the money, besides the car, besides the Coke Daily prizes, we have that beautiful trophy, and that has really captured the imagination of not only the bowlers, but everyone in attendance here.
Wouldn't you love to have that in your trophy case, huh? And you shine a flashlight on that, and you can get rainbows off a whole bunch of angles. That's a beauty.
Joan Boyle on a spare right here. It's off to the left-hand side. She gets 4 on it. But Boyle and Harrett continue to roll along. We may have put the kiss of death on them by saying it looks like they are on their way to the semifinal. We certainly don't want to be premature. There is too much action yet to come, and you know how quickly things can change. But the fact of the matter is, Orson and McDonald are in a hole. Oh, there's the 9 for Joan Boyle as Rose Orson steps up.
Joan now 5 over, and Rose Orson is 1 under.
All set.
Rose can throw a strike.
Yeah. Interesting to note that the team of Boyle and Harrett are now, something like 65 over par. There's the shot that Rose Orson is looking at. Can split on this side or this side. Probably will come in on this side here.
Goes right in the middle.
A little too flush. Had to have some kind of an angle on that pin to pick up the 4.
So Rose now goes for that single pin and gets it for a 10 on that box.
And as we recheck our figures, we find Boyle and Harrett 71 pins over par. You see their total, 363. 71 pins over par. So they're taking dead aim at Audrey Copeland and Dave Curry's high total of 472. Joan Boyle again on the left-hand side. So Joan off that front pin. She was so strong in the first string on the front pin and the early going here in the second, but has faltered just a tad. It's into the pile there, though. Left the diamond shot for her third ball.
That's the 3, 6, 5, and 8. She's going for the front pin.
Gets 2 of them. But Boyle and Harrett have got to be so relaxed because, truthfully, Orson and MacDonald are not making a charge right now. So Harrett and Boyle can get away with a couple of 8s, maybe even a 7. And unless Orson and MacDonald make that charge, they're not going to get in any serious trouble.
Yeah.
This is Rose Orson.
Nice drop there. Late action.
Well, she just deserves so much more than that. She hit that shot so well, and she has an interesting shot. This, I will wait until that
7
wood
and the 9 and
comes
wood
to
moving
rest.
around there, yeah.
She has a piece of wood out in front that, well, it's moving well out of the left-hand side.
Pushing that other pin out of the way, so it's going to rest right up against the 7, Bruce.
She may go right here, try to play this pin off the kickback, get it to bounce back across and take this pin.
I'd like to see that in slow
There's the
motion,
shot
if it happens.
going that way. Yes!
Yeah!
Great shot for Rose Orson. She took a little time and looked at that one and say, we need a little rebound here. Let's go back and take another look at that one. Rose Orson shining there. Okay,
You
watch
called
the
it.
pin.
Dead on, Bruce.
Moves it over.
Well, a variation on your call.
Got
A variation on your call, Bruce, but the same effect. We wanted
Looked
those
great,
pins
didn't
down. We took them down.
This is Jerry Harrett, 53 after 4, so he's 13 open. Had a 131 in the opening string.
Okay. Nice
boy,
drop.
Tremendous strike ball.
And that 10 is wobbling. Won't
He
go down.
wanted that one. Now he's got a piece of wood that's rolling back. He'll wait till that comes to rest. Oh, boy, he's got a problem
rest
there.
right there. Yeah. Well, he's got the band laying right up against that
To say
pin.
what he might do here, he might even try to put into motion the pin, the deadwood on the right-hand side, but I think it's too far near the end of the plate.
You talking about another big back
The other
shot
way.
there?
Well, that's right, but that pin probably is hanging over the edge of the plate, and in all likelihood would have dropped off, so he probably played it smart rather going to the left-hand side. Now to the right, gets his 10. So Jerry Harrett sits down, and Clary MacDonald steps up. Well, we talked about it before. Clary MacDonald. When Nicole Burke and Dougie Blackler woke up the sleeping giant late in the match in week number 5, round 1, it was MacDonald who came on.
Came on
split
strong.
here. Yeah.
Oh,
He's missed the
Coca-Cola
shot.
bowler of the week.
Yeah. He wanted to split that 3 and 6. Try to kick the 3 on the 7. Didn't work.
Ooh, I guess that was a lob.
On a lob. So he'll lose a pin. Count 7 in the frame.
That ball came down on the far row. That was...
There you see it,
over.
381 for Boyle and Harrett, Orson to MacDonald, trailing by 65 pins, but of course we have Rose Orson open on a spare. This is Jerry Harrett, bowling in the 6th frame, 2nd string. Good hit. It's a little help.
Got a late drop there. It's gonna stay there.
A little hard to tell from here just exactly what we have down there with the piece of wood in behind.
5, 9, 6, 10, and wood between the 9 and the 6 pin.
Yeah, he does.
So he's got a good
Look
drop
at it,
there.
got it. Jerry Harrett making things happen when he gets up there and makes a good shot there. So that'll bring Clary MacDonald back up. Clary, 46, 4 under. Lays it down. Good ball in that front pin. Left the bucket shot.
He just can't seem to make things work all over the plate for him. He's either getting the right or the left side. Now he's concentrating the right side. Got 2 pins standing there.
Just missed the 2 pin out front that one he needed to hit.
Wants to put it right between them, and he misses.
Yeah. Now, Clary has got to be a little frustrated at this point in time. As we look once again at the totals, 391 for Boyle and Harrett, Orson and MacDonald at 324. Rose Orson open when she comes up in just a moment. Right now, we're going to take a look at Joan Boyle, 3 over at 63, bowling here in the 7th. He's off to the right-hand side a little bit.
Took the 6 and the 9 and leaves the rest in.
Joan wants to throw her strike ball here beyond that front pocket, the 1-3-1-2. She was a little fine, maybe. And she'll look at the 4 and the 7 on the left-hand side with the wood in between. Just wants to come right in here. This would be a bonus. Wants to come out of this with a 9. There's the shot. Well, not exactly what I had in mind, but
you were right, though. That job was the tough one to get.
Yeah.
Here comes Rose Orson.
Rose is open on that spare. She's at 54, 6 under. So 4 will put her back on par. You know she's looking for a lot more than that.
You bet.
See the concentration just a moment ago in the face of Rose Orson.
Good-looking ball there. Got Rose right in the pocket.
She's got 5. Has a little bit of coverage on the 8 pin in behind. She's left the 1-3-6 and the 10. Just a split here. Try to drive this one back and have the ball carry through. The 2 in the corner. Where's that wood going to stop? It's going to go by. Don't think it'll come back in play. Should roll off the plate. So Rose is going to bowl on the 6 and the 10, and she got them both. Well, Rose Orson gets a round of applause as she sits down. She goes to 69, 1 under. Once again, you see it. Boyle and Harrett have now hit the magic 400 mark.
Pretty sight to see.
Yeah. This is Joan Boyle. Oh, on that front pin again. Now, she's got a great shot on the right-hand side.
Oh, yeah.
And now is going to get a little bit of coverage on that 7 pin. She'll want to come right off there, try probably to bring the ball over on the 7 pin and carry through. There's the shot. Oh, she's missed. She'll go back and take another run at that. She might play that a little deeper, more in this area, to make sure. There's the shot.
She's great shot. Put it right on the band and carried everything out for her.
She goes to 82, 2 over. As Boyle and Harrett continue to roll along very nicely. Orson, that's Rose Orson, up right now in the 8th frame. Time is running out for Orson and MacDonald. They've got to get something going in a hurry. Orson needs to be in that front pin. She's going to have a real tough split here.
She's got a roll coming back here in the dead wood.
Well, she's got a variation of the feather shot. She's got the 1, the 7, the 10. Little coverage, but there's the problem right there. Yeah, even to get the 1, 7, 10 is going to be tough. But that 8 pin is going to make it doubly difficult. Wow. Not a bad try.
Blows the 1 right over the 8 and the 7.
Hard to say what she'll do here. She may play it on the right-hand side, put the wood into play. She does. Oh, had to hang on. It didn't. So Rose settles for the 7.
Popped right over him.
Well, when you're hot, and sometimes when you're not, when you're not.
Difference. Oh, there's the team score there. 410 over 346.
Orson and MacDonald looked real strong on that first round, week number 5. They knocked off Nicole Burke and Dougie Blackler.
Here's Jerry Harrett, exciting bowler.
Open on a spare.
You bet.
Even off the left-hand side, he's getting some
good late drop there for him. He's got 7 on that spare.
Harrett has got good stuff on that ball. He makes things happen. He missed the front pin, but he still counted 7. And he doesn't have a bad shot here because that 9 pin behind is covered a bit.
Oh, thought he'd have another mark here, but he leaves that one standing.
Can't play this one too loose either. What could be a troublesome piece of wood out in front. Doesn't want to come off the nose of that. There's the shot. Ah, right on it. Gets his 10.
Jerry Harrett now 20 over par.
Okay, Larry MacDonald right now. The time he's got to start thinking that strike ball. If not, the strike has got to pick up spares. Time time is running out. McDonald bowling here in the 7th. Oh, he's missed that front pin.
1 and 7.
All afternoon, Clary McDonald has fought to find the groove. Looked like he had something going in the first string. Had a couple of spares in the 5th and the 6th. Went out with a spare in the 10th. Picked up a spare in the 2nd, but since then, it's been tough for Clary McDonald. There you see it, 355, 427. Paul, 72 pins now the difference in favor of Boyle and Harrett, and this is Jerry Harrett. 90 right now, 20 over, as you mentioned a moment ago, after 7 frames.
Great pocket hit.
Now let's see what that
1,
piece of
7,
wood.
6, and 10. It's coming back maybe to lay against the 1. Now it's going to lay against the 6. And that pin's on the 7.
Piece of wood right here, Paul, could prove to be a problem. You have nice coverage back here. You want to come in somewhere in this area, but this may drive straight across in front of those 2 pins. Well, he's not going to have that problem anymore because he's got rid of the wood. Now, this would be a real pretty shot if you come in on the right-hand side of that front pin and carried all 4, but not to be. Takes the pin out, settles for 7. That's Jerry Harrett. You've got to be impressed with this 27-year-old Dartmouthian. Looks very strong today.
Began punching through the right side. We've seen this so many times today from Clary. He must be very frustrated. I think you see it in his eyes there.
Oh, absolutely. There are a few emotions more frustrating than having your game just off the mark, especially when you want your game to be so sharp. You know, the capability of this man, Clary McDonald, just not getting it together at this point in time.
Well, they've certainly got their work cut out for him. This is a wide margin now, 70 pins. Well, let's take a look at the scoreboard, Bruce, and see how that all came about. You see that Rose Orson had a wonderful first string, and then the 76, she's 4 under now. Clary McDonald bowling well, not as many spares as he could like. Well, actually, not bowling well. We've been seeing him punch out. I just mentioned it. You see on the right side, under Clary McDonald's name, to the right of your screen, the -7. Joan, Boyle, Jerry Harrett. Look at the marks. Strike, 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 and all the spares.
Yeah.
And they've been bowling so well on those marks. So we're going to come back with the final 2 frames of round number 2, week number 2, right on number 730's Candlepin Challenge. And Bruce, a fairly wide margin. There's 70 pins the difference. Is there any way that Orson and McDonald can come back?
Orson and McDonald really, realistically have to think strike. They have to think quadruple strike. If they each picked up a couple of quadruple strikes and Boyle and Harrett got only 10s, then they could pull this one out. It is very, very difficult. However, you have to keep in mind that both Orson and McDonald, who are deep in trouble, still have a chance to go home with a brand new automobile. They have 2 chances left at the triple strike. Not to cap them out completely, but it is going to be very, very tough. This is Joan Boyle. Joan punches through the middle. I guess the bottom line is Rose Orson and Clary McDonald have got to shine up the strike ball. Orson will probably try well, she'll go to the left-hand side. Now she'll try the right. Play this type of a split for 10. She's got to feel very, very good up there, very confident, and I suppose very relaxed. Oops, maybe too relaxed.
She can take it easy.
Brings on Rose Orson.
Well, Rose had a strike in the 4th frame of the first string, so.
Well, we've seen her strike ball, Paul. She has a fairly good strike ball, but she certainly has to think strike. Lays it down. Oh, gets right on that front pin. Just a little thin. She's left the bucket shot. She has the 2, 4, 7, the 8 behind, and on the right-hand side, the 5. Rose Orson. Lays it down. Oh, nice shot by Rose Orson.
For a spare, Rose Orson brings up Joan Boyle.
Nice round of applause.
Yeah.
The crowd here at Basie Lane is very appreciative and very knowledgeable of the shot making that we're seeing today.
There's Joan with a good-looking ball there.
Yeah. Finishing off
Late
the
action.
2nd frame. Nice piece of wood in behind, Paul. This shot could go rather quickly if she's on the front end.
She's got to get that head pin, number 1.
No question. Here's the shot. Got it. Oh, boy, great try. And there, standing alone, the object pin is the deuce. Joan Boyle. She's got to be thinking ahead to the semifinal. Finishes off with a 97. to go with her opening ring of 124.
Whoa, wasn't that something? She really massed well. Of course, she had those 3 strikes in the first string.
Rose Orson on the spare. All likelihood her last crack at the triple strike. Lays it down. It's on the front pin. Oh, nice count of 8. Make that 7. We've got the 7 pin over in the corner. Rose throws a slow ball. She may be able to come off there and get over, but it's going to be very, very difficult. There's a little more on this ball. Oh, yeah, great shot by Rose Orson. That was not an easy shot. We wrote it out for you, and we said it could go, but quite frankly, I didn't expect to see that because that is very, very tough.
There it is.
Watch the ball. The ball becomes a missile. Boom, on the wood, there it goes, right off the top of the 7 pin.
Nice
Just
shot.
A great shot by Rose
Oohs
Orson.
and ahs from our audience as they watch that in replay.
Now Rose, nice to see this. Finishing off with 2 spares.
This is the bonus ball.
Yeah. Oh, off the left touch.
Yeah.
She'll get 4. And Rose Orson gets a nice round of applause. Little slap 5 there from Jerry Harrett. But Rose comes back, finishes off with a 107, and that goes with her 110. So Rose Orson has nothing to hide her head about here today. Now, there you see it, 395, 449 from Boyle and Harrett, and this is Jerry Harrett, rolling frame number 9, 2nd string. Got a piece of wood coming back
here. It's going to hit that 1.
Well,
rest up behind the 1 and the 3.
That might become a problem because now it may become a little more difficult to get the 8 in behind. Let's see what happens.
Good hit. But leaves the 10.
Well, for Harrett.
And the 8.
It's a little bit of fun time anyway.
Yep.
He knows that he and his partner will be moving on to join Debbie Dunphy and Ronnie Nelson in the semifinal as Clary McDonald steps up. 68 over par. That's what Boyle and Jerry Harrett are. Oh, boy. Nice try.
Drop wood coming back.
No.
But it's going to sit behind it.
Nice try, though. 68 over par for Boyle and Harrett. The reason we mention that because they would like to take aim at the 472 that we saw from Audrey Copeland and Dave Curry a couple of weeks ago.
Here's that team score, 458 to 405.
So to get that, Jerry Harrett needs to mark here. Here's the shot. I want to clarify, he does not need a mark to win this match. They have got it all sewed up. He's got a pretty good chance here, too. This is an interesting shot. You want to put this ball right down there, drive this wood through, get over on the 7 pin, and that should easily carry the 10. He's got to be perfect with it. Here's the shot. Oh, just off to the right-hand side. That would have been so pretty to see that go.
Leaves 5-7. He's got that wood on the outside that he will play.
Oh, nice finish.
Yeah. Jerry Harrett. Got to be impressed with this bowler.
And stepping up, a guy who's made a lot of friends here around the Baisley Lanes in Dartmouth in his 2 appearances, Clary McDonald, to finish off. And look at this. Hey, he said, I want that car. He's got 1. And we talked about his strike ball, and you saw it there. They went in a hurry. Larry McDonald now says, I've got 1 more chance. He's all set. Here it comes. Oh, on the front pin, but not to be. Well, Larry McDonald seems to be able to come up with that little dramatic finish.
He does. He did it around
Look at that.
Look at that.
What a tough shot. He made it look so easy. He said, why couldn't I have got that going earlier?
So it comes down to a 33-pin difference in the end.
I gotta like this Clary McDonald, though. He really adds to the drama near the end, makes things happen. He did there.
I think back to round 1, and that's exactly what he was, our Coke Bowler of the week, of course, and he really came on strong and helped get his team to the 2nd round. Didn't do that badly in the 2nd round. She's had a hard time getting it going, but as you say, finished with a bang. Look at those scores, totals, 110, 217 total for Rose Orson, 435 the total, 468 though, the winning score this week. Jerry Harrett and Joan Boyle advanced to the semifinals. So we'll be back with the Coke Bowler of the week right after this. draws to a close. We've had 2 semifinal pairs decided, another 2 to go. We will get to them next week. But first of all, we have to congratulate Mr. Gerry Harrett for a wonderful job. And what a team Gerry Harrett and Joan Boyle were. When one person wasn't marking, the other was, and they were putting impressive marks on the board. What a job by Joan Boyle today. 3 strikes in that first frame.
She bowled really well. What can you say?
You were watching the previous match last week. You saw the pins weren't really going that well. Were you surprised at how they were going for you this week?
I was a little worried. I didn't think they would bowl that well, but, you know, I just went out there, threw the ball, and they happened to be falling for me. I just didn't change anything, just threw the ball the same way every time, and worked out good. So.
Well, you had a terrific week, and you're going to be back in the semifinals. Congratulations to you, Gerry Harrett. As Susan Newhook of Coca-Cola makes the presentation of a lovely-looking umbrella. You can use that next summer, and the Coca-Cola kit bag with the product inside. So terrific performance for Gerry Harrett and Joan Boyle today. They finished with a 430, make that a 468 total. The pair of Rose Orson, Clary MacDonald came up with a 435, came on strong in the end, but certainly could not close the gap that Gerry Harrett and Joan Boyle had made. So next week, we have the 3rd segment of our semifinal round. It's Gloria Dalton and Terry McPhee teaming up against Audrey Copeland and Dave Curry. Copeland and Curry, of course, came to the semifinals, or these sections, round 2, from the last